All right, what if we just took dividends off the S&P 500? We're going to look at something going back to 1998 where we're just taking the dividends. All right, we're not reinvesting it, not touching the principal. We're just taking the dividends off as an income stream, and we're going to see how it left us. It's going to be kind of interesting, actually. So stay tuned. I'm excited to share this one with you. It took a little bit of research, actually, because Vanguard, they only go back 10 years for some reason on their dividends versus capital gain, their income versus capital gain history. So I had to do some other research. I was able to find it kind of quickly. I think it's Seeking Alpha. That website was pretty good. Lots of good info there. All right, so let me here we go. All right, so let's go into this. So we're going to start just refreshing your memory. If we did $100,000, I'm just going back to 1995 here, but the dividends, I'm going back to 1998. But anyway, if we did $100,000 in the S&P 500 and we annuitized all of our gains after 23 years or so, from 1995 to 2018, we were making $1,000 a month of guaranteed income off the S&P 500, or $12,000 a year. All right, and we had $95,000 left in our portfolio just because the market's declined. So anytime there's an up, anytime it went over $100,000 by year end, we took the gains off the table and we annuitized it. We're able to get a 5% distribution yield. Distribution yield is not the same thing as income yield. Distribution yield is an annuity where it pays you partly the interest you've accumulated and partly your return of principal. So I had a guy, 5% guaranteed, I should be able to get that. Like, you all snarky. He said, no, and the income annuity has a distribution yield. I actually think 5% is probably on the low end, but it really depends on your age. Either way, so we have a 5% distribution yield, and it paid us $1,000 a month, and we had $95,000 left. Now, if we took 5% a year off and didn't adjust it for inflation, going back to 1995, we would have had, at the end of 2018, basically $13,000 a year in income. So about $1,000 more in income than the annuity. Now, this is not guaranteed where the annuity is. But we would have been left with $233,000 as opposed to $95,000. So, and then if we do 95, then we go back to 2000 and let's see here, one, and we're doing 5% a year with a 3% a year inflation adjustment at the end of 2018. Let's see, we were going to run out of money. That's what it was. We only had, we wouldn't run the money at the end of 2018, but we would have ran out of the money probably by the end of 2020. All right, so that's not good. So by far and away, the 5% is the better strategy of these, simply because you're never going to run out of money, and it left you more portfolio value because you had more to grow. All right, so this one's dividend history. And this goes back to 1998. For some reason, I did 1998, I guess, for 20 years. But that'd be 20. Well, I can't remember. Anyway, so in 1997, what we're doing is we have $100,000 to invest. We're taking the portfolio and we're dumping the S&P 500. At that point, it's trading at 61.26. So $100,000 divided by 61.26 gave us 1,600 shares. All right, so 1,632 shares. That share amount will never change, ever, because we're not reinvesting anything. It's just always going to be the same, $1,632. In the year of 1998, the S&P 500 paid a bunch of different, we had quarterly, a bunch of other dividends, not sure why, but they paid $1.75 in total dividends per share. All right, so we had, we had 1,600 shares. They paid $1.75 per share, which meant our total dividend income at that point was $2,865. And our portfolio value, again, remember, we started with $100,000. All right, so between the end of 2017 and the end of 2018, we had $2,865 of income from the dividend. Did not reinvest in anything. Fast forward to the end of 1998. Excuse me, the end of 1998. And the price per share went from 61.26 to 78.8. All right, so we had a pretty significant increase in price per share. So our $100,000 initial portfolio value grew to $128,000. Now again, we weren't reinvesting dividends; it just grew. That's called capital appreciation. So we do the same thing. And then 1990, in 1999, we had $2.40 of income in dividends. Now this says 1999, but they're actually payable. They were payable in 1998. That's your X. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's not 1999. It's 1998. That's when the Vanguard was taxed. You were taxed on in 1998. All right, so in 1999, our income was, we had quarterly dividends, quarterly, and then other, again, special dividends. So our total dividend amount was $2.40 per share. We still have 1,632 shares, but because we have a higher dividend amount, we got $3,926. All right, so $2.45 share, $2.40 a share times 1,632 shares equals $3,926. At the end of 1999, the S&P 500 is now worth $95.40 a share, up from $61.26 a share at the end of 1997. So our portfolio value is up to $155,000 because the price per share has jumped up that much. And you can see we're going to keep doing this. Now it's just quarterly dividends. So they pay quarterly 37 cents, 32 cents, 31 cents, 30 cents. So in the year 2000, the S&P 500 paid $1.30 per share. We still have 1,632 shares in there because we're not reinvesting, to say this again. But because the dividend went down from, where was it before, $2.40 to $1.30, our dividend amount was only $2,122 in total cash. All right, now our portfolio dropped in value because it went from $95.40 to $86.77 in share price. So it went from $155 to $141. The following year, in 2001, the dividend amount went down to $1.27, again on that 1,600 shares, which gave us $2,000 of income. The price fell from $86.77 to $76.33, and we're down to $124. All right, so I'm not going to the whole thing, but you get how it works. We're just taking our quarterly dividends. If there's a special dividend, we're adding them all together. That will give us the actual dividend amount in dollars and cents. We're timing that by the number of shares, which never change because we're not reinvesting it. And then we're taking the share price, which is at the end of the year, the last trading day of the year. We're timing it by the number of shares to see what we have in our portfolio when all is said and done. So let's fast forward until 2008. I keep going that way. 2008. So at the end of 2008, the S&P 500 paid $2.50 a share for a dividend. This is VFINX, by the way, VFINX. And $2.50 a share. How many shares do we have? We still had 1,600 shares. So that gave us $4,000 of dividend income. But the price per share fell from $107 to $67.98. So our portfolio fell to $110,000. So did it ever break? No, it never went below, right here, 2002. But other than that, it never went below 100,000. We started with 100,000, never went below 100,000. Again, we did start in 1998. I just did that. No reason at all, just I did. In 2009, the portfolio came back up. The dividend again dropped to $2.10 on that 1,632 shares. So we made what we make here, $4,000 of, I don't know, I guess I didn't put it here. So whatever that is, $2. We had what did we make in income there? We had $2.10, 2.104 times 1,632. We made about $3,400 in income here. I'll just write 34.77 with 34.37 of income. We made about 34.37 in income that year on a portfolio that went from 110 to 140. All right, so let's see how this finished off. So at the end of 2018, the S&P 500 is paying $4.50 a share in dividends. We still only have 1,600 shares because we haven't been reinvesting them, if you haven't heard me say that before. But $4.50 times 1,632 shares is $7,346 of income. But our portfolio value now, because we have 1,632 shares and the closing price is $230 at the end of 2018, we have $375,000 at our that we have access to. So we have significantly less interest income or dividend income or income. We have $7,000 of income, but we have significantly more portfolio value. All right, so $7,000 of income, and we ran out of money if we took 5% a year out. That's what I was going to say too. So here, we took out in total dividend income. We got paid $85,000 of dividend income, whereas before we made more than that. Absolutely. that's a tough. I mean, I was thinking about this. I mean, it really depends on the income. If you need the income, the dividend way it's going to be tough. I mean, $2,000 the first few years, I don't think it's going to get the job done. I just still like the 5%. The 5% gave us by far and away the most income. It did have only $246,000 left with this, but it gave us, again, we're not quite comparing apples to apples because I am using different years to start this, but you get the thing here is that at the end of the day, the dividend portfolio gave us significantly less income, but significantly more in overall growth of the portfolio. What did this give us in income? This gives $233,000 income. So you're trading one for the other. If you want more growth in the portfolio, just take the dividends. If you want more income, you got to do something else. And I think there's something else is just take 5% a year off without adjusting for inflation. That's what I'm going with. But the dividend thing is interesting to me. It is interesting to me. And that was a pretty significant time. From 1998, 99, the market went up. And then just that whole last decade, then the last 10 years went up again. I don't think it's enough income to live on. I mean, those $86,000 of dollars that you lived on for those, basically 20 years or so, that's just not going to get the job done. That's $4,000 a year. What's that? $250 a month, something like that. $416 a month. Whereas the other one's $1,000 a month. Yeah, that's not going to do the job for me. Anyway, I hope you find this interesting. I love this stuff. So a guy emailed me asking about that. I said, that'd be interesting to do. All right. Don't forget to smash comment down below. Of the three options, we got the income annuity, we got the dividend only, and then we got the 5% rule. What would it be? I think we can scratch off 5% adjusted for inflation. I think we can. Now, again, we just used the S&P 500. We're going to show you some other videos going forward where it's more diversified, using small caps and things of that nature with 5% adjusted for inflation. But as we sit here today, that's of the four methods: income annuity, dividend only, 5% only, and 5% adjusted for inflation. The 5% adjusted for inflation is by far and away my least favorite. The 5% straight is my favorite, and then it's a wash between the dividend only and the guaranteed income. What's yours? All right, we'll see you.